it's interesting for BoConcept to work with a designer like Karim Rashid, because he brings a new kind of edge into our assortment, where the colorful and the expression, which is very strong, have a very good connection to what we need in our concept to be more urban and to be more international. Secondly, he has a long line of award-winning designs behind him, which makes it very interesting to work with a designer like him, and we are sure that we can learn a lot from this in the daily work with our assortment.
Yeah, well, you know, okay, well, I first discovered it in 1993, when you opened your first shop in Paris. That's where I saw it in Paris.
Yes.
I wasn't sure, I didn't really realize it was from Denmark. I wasn't really sure where it was from. I think I thought it was French, but it seemed too minimal to be French. But I think more of my awareness, let's say, of BoConcept was probably in this last 5 years or so for quite a bit of the expansion in New York. So it was around New York a lot, and I started actually buying some of it myself. And I know a lot of my staff have bought BoConcept and other people I know, because it was kind of very relatively accessible. You know, it was there and customizable and all those things, and the price point was quite good, but the quality was very high and all this. So that's when I kind of took more and more interest in it. But then coincidentally, as I'm traveling the world, you know, I'm working in 42 countries, I start seeing BoConcept everywhere over time. So it's actually kind of funny that when you met me in Milan, to say to me, "Oh, you're from BoConcept," the minute you said you're from BoConcept, I thought it was almost like, you know, God's will or something that we had to meet and do a project together. Well, I think you know, working together, because I think, you know, we come from two different worlds in a way, two different cultures and everything, and in a way you could argue almost like two different brands. But the synchronicity that existed, I think, is what attracted us to begin with to work with each other. Firstly, I think, so that's already a good start in a way. Yeah. And then the process itself started to come kind of seamless. But I think it also takes time, you know, because for me, as the way I design, is I need to really absorb and understand the culture of the company. So, you know, and it's so the first work and the first drawings and things are kind of like the beginning steps of starting to kind of shape something that's really in a collaboration. And at the end of the day, it's a collaboration, there's no question about it. So, you know, I'm proud of my designs, but they're not my designs, they're actually, you know, now at this point, our designs. You know, they're BoConcept and my team and myself and, you know, you. So, and there's something kind of quite, I think, beautiful about that at the end of the day. You know, I said earlier that a lot of designers, you know, the impression is from the outside that designers are just kind of, they, you know, do this with their hand and, you know, they conceive something. But really conception is about really a collaboration. And the conception takes all the criteria of everything that we've talked about. So, and again, going back to, you know, my thoughts when I started designing here was to really think about the important issues of, you know, flexibility, the important issues that someone's going to customize to work, the important issues of modularity, I think, the important issues of, you know, what I would call a kind of sensual minimalism. The things are kind of relatively reductive, they're not over ornamented. At the same time, they're not so cold and minimal, you know, because minimalism in itself sometimes is, you know, for a lot of customers and a lot of people, and for consumers, and even for myself, frankly, you know, if I live in a very, very minimal environment, you feel like there's something kind of missing a little bit, you know? So there's that balance that we're walking of all those kind of criteria starts to kind of generate, in a way, the ideas and the feeling. And I think, you know, frankly, I mean, for me, this is just the beginning in a way. You know, at least I'm hoping it's the beginning, because I already in my mind, I'm starting to see kind of the extensions of the work and the extensions of families, but also, you know, other ideas and new ideas that I think, you know, fit the kind of BoConcept environment and phenomena.